Which movie are we reviewing today?
It Chapter 2.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
What's going on, boys and ghouls?
Really? A Tales of the Crypt reference?
It's been a long time. I was trying to see if maybe I could bring that back and, make it fresh again.
It has been a long time. You're old.
Thank you. Anyways, what's going on, everybody? We are the Cinefanatics. I am your horror movie expert. My name's Robert Adams, and
I'm not. I'm Chris Adams.
and he hates horror movies. So if you had seen our trailer reactions for It Chapter 2, you would have noticed that Wussy Boy over here got up and left during the first trailer, and then, I know, unbeknownst to me, kept his eyes closed the entire time during the second It trailer. So he is not in this review because he didn't see the movie, because, why would he? Doesn't make any sense. So yes, I am here with a spoiler-free review for It Chapter 2. Before I get into this, I want to say that It Chapter 1 is one of my favorite horror movies. I love, a lot of horror movies, especially, a lot of, the underground, unknown. Not too far, into the actual, kooky, crazy yo-yo bin of depravity that some of these horror movies could get, and I'm not even going to name which ones I'm talking about, but there's some really off-the-wall ones that just absolutely not at all. But I could do stuff like Hostel, Saw, no problem whatsoever. But this is probably one of my favorite modern-day horror movies. Modern-day mainstream horror movies, to be precise. I loved It Chapter 1. I thought it was fantastic. It was a great coming-of-age story with all the kids. There was enough kooky, spooky craziness in there to really hold your attention entertainment-wise. Absolutely loved it. I thought the effects were good. The makeup, even the use of CGI in it, I thought was pretty good. You could easily tell it was CGI, but still very well done. And I think Andy Muschietti was a good director and someone I'm eager to see more from. That being said, at this time, he is also, I believe it's been officially announced that he is going to be working on the solo Flash movie from DC Comics next. So kind of interested to see what he does with that. But going back to It Chapter 2. So again, no spoilers in this. But one of the things I do want to jump into right off the bat, this was a long movie. This movie was 2 hours and 50 minutes. It actually felt like it was about a day too long. There's multiple times during this movie where I'm thinking, it's about to end, it's coming to an end, it's coming to a close, here's where they're going to wrap things up, and it just drags on even more. There's parts of it that were good. I think overall, and this is where I'm going to probably be a little, kind of a hypocrite on this, is that I think they could have shortened this movie by eliminating some of the flashbacks with the kids. But at the same time, a lot of the parts with the kids and the flashbacks to their younger selves was probably the best part of this movie. Chapter 1 did such a good job of setting up these characters, really showing these kids playing into the mindset of, one, being kids during the 80s, and also really coming into their own as the characters they're supposed to play. Fast forward, essentially 27 years, we've got the adult actors playing the roles of the kids as adults. Some of them did a lot better job than others, but the thing is there was so much good character development by the kids in the first one. The character development of the adults in this one felt a little lackluster, that they just couldn't really grab hold of their characters very well. I will say the exception on that is going to be Bill Hader. Bill Hader's character is easily probably the best part of this whole movie. The development that he goes through, the character that they've made out of him. And there's an underlying story with him that I thought was very well developed. Kind of a nice little nod to what's really going on in his head and why fear is something that we may potentially face, not necessarily from a scary clown or a werewolf or a leper, but there's more internal fear. And I think the things that Bill Hader's character Richie is going through in this kind of exemplifies that fear. Again, I don't want to spoil it, but it was a really good idea for how they took his character. And also Bill Skarsgård. First of all, if you're in this movie and your first name is Bill, you did a fantastic job. Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise, again, fantastic job. Great character. You could tell he just has a blast playing this character. And, I mean, as you see in the thumbnail to this video, I did like all the makeup of Pennywise, and even that was fun to do. So, yeah, being able to have like actual professional makeup, and of course, he actually has that ability to do the crazy thing with his eyes. The ability to actually play that character has to be a blast, and you can tell he has fun doing it. And I think that really helps in his performance. Some of the other characters or some of the other actors in there, like, I'll be honest, I really don't know why James McAvoy had to be a part of this. I don't believe he really brought anything to it. James McAvoy is a fantastic actor, and I absolutely love him. He's a great Professor X in the X-Men movies, and he was fantastic in Split and Glass. His role in that, he should have gotten an Oscar for that easily. But his role in this, like, I really don't see that much of a real need for him. Yes, he looks like the older version of Bill, but it was just kind of lackluster, I would say. Jessica Chastain was really good, but it was also much demanded because there were so many fans that when they said that they were going to be casting adults as the younger kids, she was probably the first and foremost of anyone's pick to play Beverly Marsh, the adult Beverly Marsh. And I think she did a fantastic job, but still not as good as Bill Hader playing Richie. Some of the other adults, the other one I have to mention is Isaiah Mustafa as Mike. Great actor. I've really not seen him do too much outside of Old Spice commercials. But what was funny about that is his Old Spice commercials are so memorable. Like, they're so enjoyable. They've gone viral on the internet. There was times where he may have said a line where he's like holding up a book or something. He's like, "Look here." And of course, my mind has to deviate for that split second to like, "Look here. Now look back over here. Now look back here again. I'm on a horse," or something like that. That there was a nice little nod, I would think, to the Old Spice commercials. But I had a hard time remembering or picturing that he was the guy in those commercials. So he did a fantastic job at that. So I would say overall, the storyline follows the book, so to speak. I mean, yes, we know there's going to be flashbacks, and we kind of know that all the adults have to come back together to defeat it one last time. But it just felt a little too broken, and again, the pacing was off because of how long this movie was. I don't feel like it got close to measuring to chapter 1. It was entertaining. There was some really good scares in this one. The part with Mrs. Kirsch that was in the first trailer was absolutely terrifying. A lot of the rest of this movie, it just felt too forced, and there was just too many like down times that it just dragged on. So I had a hard time like really getting through this movie, and in fact, at the climatic battle towards the end, I'm sitting there fighting to like stay awake type of scenario. I didn't actually fall asleep because, of course, I got to watch it to review this. But yeah, it was kind of a slog to get through in some parts. But yeah, that's going to be my overall feeling. Maybe I need to give it another watch. There was a lot of stuff that was more in depth that I probably didn't catch on that first watch, and I feel like the first movie was so good that the second movie deserves that, at least that second viewing, to maybe reaffirm or reassess my opinion of it. But I'm going to go ahead and probably rate this movie, let's say 99 red balloons. 99 red balloons. Wait, we do them out of 5. Okay, so 2 red balloons out of 5. Again, it had some entertainment value, but man, that movie it was just way too long and way too dead in some parts to really hold my attention. And yeah, I feel like they could have done better. But again, I'm eager to see what Andy Muschietti's going to do with The Flash and see if maybe that could help redeem It Chapter 2 in my eyes, at least. I know the group of people I went with, a lot of people were kind of saying the same things. The movie was long, there were hard parts to sit through, and a lot of people were just saying that it wasn't as good as the first one. So apparently I'm not the only one with this opinion. So anyways, that's going to be it for this review. What did you think of the movie? Let me know down below. Comment down below your thoughts of this review as well. Did you like my opinions? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let's have a chat about it down below in the comment section. Also, follow us on Twitter at Cinefanatics MLP. We'll let you know what we're up to, and you can follow us for any other notifications of what movies we're going to see, what trailers we're going to talk about. Also, go check out the Movie Trivia Schmodown. If you like movie trivia, go over there. It's like wrestling meets movie trivia, and it's a fantastic show to watch. We do reactions to it on this channel where we play along, so check that out, play along yourself, and test your knowledge. Are you good at movie trivia? You'll want to watch that. Anyways, up above my head, there is a subscribe button. Over here off to the side are a couple other videos that we have made. And, as always, keep on floating. Later. Was that scary? Did it get you? Got me, and I'm the one who made it.